Hi everyone. First actual YouTube video, I presume. I'm going to do a review on the Central Machinery benchtop blast cabinet from Harbor Freight. It's their new one. This is gray. Last one was red, and it's on clearance, so I'm assuming it's going away forever. I currently have a Scat Blast cabinet over there, and I'm tired of doing media change outs for the different jobs that come through here and the things I do. So I figure I can dedicate the smaller one to only glass, while my other one will be for the Black Beauty media for rust removal. I'm here in Arizona, so I paid $199.99 for it, and with a couple of other things, it was $271 out the door. So, with a couple of other things that I purchased, you can be the judge of, how much the cabinet alone would be, if that's what you were wanting to do. So, but we're gonna dive into this. I haven't opened it yet. I'm hoping it's gonna be a decent unit, because I got a lot of work for it. I do a lot of little odds and ends and really weird stuff, so let's do it. It's kind of a big, awkward box, and it's actually a little bit heavier than I anticipated. Actually, we'll go through some of the details first before we open it entirely. So, let me see how to do this. Okay, I guess I can't switch it. So I'm gonna try doing this. So, comes with gloves, blast gun, hose included, built out of 19 gauge steel. It's got an LED light in it, which is kind of cool. I know the red one did not have that. Works on multiple types of media, aluminum oxide, ground glass, bead glass, walnut shell, and more. Measurements are 16 by 15 and a half door opening. Here's all the specs on it. So I think it'll work out quite nice. Does 11 CFM at 90 PSI. Let me put you back on the 427 for the Chevelle, because I don't have a phone stand. I just got engines. So let's see what we got here. First time opening. Looks like we got a glass protector, I would assume. That's what it looks like. Wish I had some for my Scat Blast. That's cool. Cardboard. Wow, okay. It looks like it's fully assembled in here. I'm actually a little surprised about. I didn't have any tools laid out because I didn't know what I would need. Looks like I might actually not need it, to be honest. I'm gonna open this in such a way. Got a super dull razor blade. I just don't feel like picking anything up today. Yeah, that is a blast cabinet. If I had ever seen one before, that is definitely a blast cabinet. Let me get her out of here. Oh, it's not too heavy. I don't know why it feels heavy in the box. Maybe because it's just awkward. Throw you down. There. Wow. I'm impressed already. It looks nice. Looks like a nice little unit. Throw that to the side. Styrofoam's chasing me. Okay. Last cabinet. So let's let's take a look here. So straight out of the box. Not too shabby. Looks like there's no scratches. It's just looks like fiberglass in a way. I'm not sure what it is. Comes off though. Got your switch, your vacuum port. Gloves already installed. Here's the door. Ooh, that's actually nice. So they have this little built-in ramp right here. So like on my Scat Blast, stuff likes to get stuck in this corner when the door's closed. So when you open the door, there's just a shower of stuff. But it looks like they actually put a ramp here, which I have a lot of faith in, actually. I think that actually might fix my problem here. So inside here, we got gloves. I feel like they're pretty decent quality for Harbor Freight at least. Got a box. We like boxes. Piece of foam. I don't think that's part of it. All right. So here's the, and I really wish I could turn this damn phone camera around. I just don't know how to. Whatever. So here's the inside. Got the siphoning tube down there. I will do a different grading. So I don't know, for what I'm doing, it's gonna be pretty thin stuff. Ooh, I like that too. So they're doing hose clamps on the gloves so they don't fall off. I actually might steal that idea from my Scat Blast. But let me get this out here. I need to put some lighter mesh in here. There's the grating. A little big for what I need it for. I need to get something a lot finer so I'm not losing hardware through it. But looks like drain plug that just fell out. I'll put it back in. Your dust extractor. So when it comes up here, the heavier stuff will fall as the lighter stuff will rise. Or actually, no, this is the intake. So stuff will cut, the fresh air will come in here. And then there really should be one over there, but that's okay. That's what we got vacuums for. This is not a bad cabinet at all, guys. It's very well built. The paint looks nice on it, actually. They got a really nice finish on it. So it's a little bit of styrofoam here and there. But that's okay. Put you back on the engine. Okay, so we got the cabinet. Very impressed, actually. I can definitely work with that. And then I think that's actual glass too. I don't like plexi. Plexi marks up too much. I could be wrong. It might be. I'm pretty sure I did glass. We'll see. Okay, we got I don't know what this is. Back. Maybe I should get instructions out. I'm not misleading you guys. I can sit here forever figuring things out in my own time, but you guys are here for a review. Let's see here. it shows me how to put the gun together. That's cool. Okay. How to set up your air system. You have to use an air dryer on these guys. You can't just go straight from the compressor to these. You'll run into a lot of problems. And you know, I think that really a lot of folks will go straight from their compressor to their blast cabinet. Well, and then say, oh, this blast cabinet don't work very well. Well, it's because you're not using dry air. I see that a lot. When I was going to buy my first blast cabinet, it was like, oh, this thing doesn't work very well, it plugs up easy. Well, you're not using dry air. You know, it's, you know, water does, you know, it kind of doesn't work very well with sand. I mean, you know how water and sand is, it clumps up. So you have to have dry air on these units. And it's not telling me what that plug is for. I think it's actually just for the backside. I think it's for the air intake. Oh, too lazy to read this. Okay. So we got this. Looks like a plug. I think it fits the backside. I can't be too sure. And here we've got a power adapter, because this unit actually has an LED light in the back here, which is what I was really happy about. I had to put lights in my Scat Blast cabinet. Even with that cabinet being a little bit higher end of a model, it wasn't cheap. I still had to put lights in it, which wasn't really that great. I wasn't very happy about that. So it looks like it plugs on the back. Move the engine. Looks like this here plugs on the back side. And if I owned an extension cord at some point in my life, I'm not sure where I would put it. I think I'm just gonna have to run a new cord. Hold on. 1 second. I knew I used to own an extension cord. Just really good at hiding things from myself. Let's see here. Everybody's probably cringing at the way that I work extension cords, because they tangle every time. Never fails. So, plug her in. Ooh. Wow. That's actually pretty bright too. Wow. Wow. That's brighter than my Scat Blast cabinet. Look how bright that is. There's a light. That is nice. That is really nice. That's spoiling, to be honest. Okay. That's awesome. I like that. Also in the kit, you got a bunch of barbs, air fittings, hose clamps, gasket O-rings, adapters. A lot of that's going to be for setting up the vacuum. You got a vacuum hose adapter. This here goes right on the side. Another cap. So this cap, I really don't know. Oh, okay. It caps off the outlet. So that other one's going to be for the inlet, which I'm not going to use personally. Ooh, that's cool. Good for you, Harbor Freight. Oh man, you have answered our problems. Silicone. I'm glad they come with this now. Everyone, it doesn't matter where you buy it from, guys. I mean, I've had a blast cabinet from Eastwood. I've got my Scat Blast. I've had these little countertop things, I guess it looks like you'd use for jewelry. They all leak. They all leak, okay? It's metal. You know, it's just gonna happen. They're all gonna leak. And one thing I've done with all of my blast cabinets is always go around my seams. You know, and this actually looks, okay, so it is, it's, you know, it's riveted. On the inside, I go around all my seams with silicone. It doesn't take much time, guys. And it entirely eliminates this problem. And this is another big thing that people complain about with Harbor Freight in general and others is it leaks everywhere. Well, what do you think? You're putting a bunch of air into a cabinet that's trying its best to contain the air that you're putting in it. You know, they're all gonna leak. Silicone. That's pretty awesome. I'm really glad they offer that now. And then we got some tubes, which is cool. So that'll be for the gun. We got some, what do they call these? Ceramic tips for the gun. 3 of them. Looks like different sizes. We got a number 5, a 7, and a 6. So cool. Got Teflon, and it's a full roll. They didn't cheap out on this either. It's a full roll of Teflon. So after you're done plumbing this up, you got plenty extra. I like when they give me extra. And then the gun. Oh, and it's got a tip. It's got a 4.5. So we got a 4.5, we got a 6, a 7, and an 8. Looks like this, just unscrews. Pretty easy change out. It's got a brass nozzle in there. I don't think you mess with that at all. So this right here is your siphoning. This will go to the pickup tube. Air supply. And then it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not going to complain for the price, and it'll work. I know it'll work. It's very lightweight, which is nice. The one in my Scat Blast is heavy, so if you're sitting there for a while, it does fatigue you a bit. Trigger pull's pretty easy, so it's got a nice little hook. So on some of my cabinets, I'll put a little spring so it hangs up, and then you just grab it down and go to work, and then it'll spring back up. I'll do that later. And that's all that's in this box. So that's the unpackaging and the, for the most part, assembly. We'll assemble what we can now. So all right. Let's do this. So we're just gonna keep the light on. It's cool, you know. Okay. So we've got one section. I really need to get you guys closer. How can I do that? And I've got no way of doing that. Okay, that's cool. So, what we're gonna go ahead and do is attached. We're going to get out our hardware. other hose clamps on. Need to go find a screwdriver if I owned one at one point. Alright, I didn't hide that very well for myself, so we're good. So it looks like you can use either a Phillips or a flathead and grab the wrong size, so that's cool. And don't stab yourself with the screwdriver. Tip of the day. So I just got my finger pretty good. So I don't like the hose clamps. We'll change them for video purpose only. I'm not even gonna put a hose clamp on this end. I'm just gonna. So that's our media tube. Got it. Okay, so looks like we got this piece next. It's a barb fitting and a bulkhead union. So one's going to be a pipe thread, and the bigger end is going to be just a straight thread that matches this fitting. And it looks like what we do is we need to put this through. So it will seal. I might be assembling this entirely wrong, so, you know, if it works, follow what I did. If it don't work, I'll let you know. And air inlet is right here. So you're just gonna stick that through on this side. This will go on the back side, tighten it up, and that's your air supply. So we'll do that real fast. Actually, I think before I do that, I'm also going to double up and put some Teflon on this fitting as well. Just because I hate air leaks. Hate air leaks. So, wrap some Teflon just on the thread ends. Might be unnecessary, but I want to do it anyway. Because I don't like air leaks at all. They just really, really drive me nuts. They really grind my gears. So, we'll stick that through. Thread it on the back side. And we're going to use some crescent wrenches. Once again, if I owned one, it would be somewhere around here. I'm still trying to get settled back into the garage. Spent 4 months at my buddy's place. Building a Chevelle for my dad. So my tools are kind of just here, there, and everywhere. So I found one crescent wrench for now. That's gonna be fun. Over tightened, that's okay. So that's what it looks like after I installed it. Just like so. And I'm actually noticing something that I mistake. I should have get my mouth shut. They're both straight thread. One of them's not MPT because they give you this air fitting, and it's got an O-ring, so that's a straight thread. Oh well. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit more tape on here because we don't like air leaks. Just a little bit. Attach her right up to here. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we've got our pressure line. So we're going to go ahead and, man, this is a really big clamp for this hose. I need a Phillips. So somewhere I own that too. Not the most organized, as you can tell. Work in progress. So we're going to take a small clamp, put it on our pressure line. I like to screw them down at least 80% of the way. I'll go ahead and put that on the barb. And I don't think this clamp is good enough, I guess. And if you do choose to keep these clamps, you're always going to have a tail. I recommend taking electrical tape. Just wrap it up. Same with this one, so your fingers don't get caught, it doesn't rip your glove. It's a very cheap upgrade for a little bit of safety. Okay, so we're going to take another one of these hose clamps. Gonna tighten it down about 80% of the way, so we're not doing all this in the cabinet. We're just gonna slide around into here. Okay, I think she's on there. So now, we've got a suction line, and we got a main feed. And it's pretty novel. I mean, I'll be able to get into some areas with this tubing set up. Typically what they give you is always really way too stiff, but that's okay. Somebody's calling me, so hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, so you got two ways of doing this. You can mount it from the inside, you You mat out on the outside. I'm gonna go from the inside. That's just me. So, I'm gonna take our caulk, our silicone, cut a hole. Need a caulking gun. I think they should, for most people, they should just give you a tube, but that's not the case. It's okay. I got a caulking gun here. Oh, I think this is, we ran this one over, so we'll see if this one works. Ran this caulking gun over, so it's not really straight. That's okay. Okay. So on here, we're just gonna put a bead. All the way around. That's the weirdest smelling silicone. I don't know why. Just gotta smell it. Put way too much. That's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put a screw in. And this is the fun that begins because I decided to do it this way. So we're gonna go ahead, get a really strange grip on her, and go through the back and line up our holes. I'm gonna stick my hand in this glove just so I can get something on the back of that screw. Get a couple of threads started as you get silicone all over your hands. Next one. And I'm just, they include these screws and there's like little nuts. And I'm just going on it. That's all we're doing here. Nothing crazy. Now I got two more to do. So I'll go ahead and push those through. I probably chose to do this the hardest way possible, but I like things mounted on the inside. I don't know why. It's just what my brain told me to do this time. I can't see. Okay. I'll get better at this YouTube stuff, I promise. Somebody told me that I need to do YouTube videos, so I said, you know what, I'll give it a try. I'm not sure how the editing is going to go, because I'm not a computer person whatsoever. I struggle just with my phone most of the time. So, okay. So we got that. Okay, show. Let me see if I have a longer screwdriver. I hope I do, 'cause I can't reach it. This one might work. I guess we're just gonna have to find out. It's This might be too big. Too big. Let me go through the bucket of tools I haven't gone through yet. I'm sure I got something. Need a long one. See, that appears really long as a long one. I just don't know where they went. Probably borrowed them. I think that's usually where most of my tools go. Oh, yes, we got a long one here from Quinn. Another Harbor Freight special. Somebody's routering something, sounds like. Kind of a concerning noise at first, I wasn't sure what it was. And so we're just gonna tighten this down. He's way too much silicone, apparently. But that's okay. She ain't gonna leak. That's all I care about. I could put a wrench on that and be a little more professional, but I'm just gonna wait for that today. Okay, so that's on. As you can see, I put way too much silicone, but you know what? It's okay. I'll smear it out, level it out. 4 bolts. Good to go. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm not sure if... Okay, so Harbor Freight from the factory, they put a protective shield on the glass already. I can see the film. So we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and modify my grading. I need to go get a thinner chicken wire or something. I'm gonna line that with that real fast. Hook it up to air. I gotta figure out my vacuum situation, because this is how my vacuum situation is currently with my Scat Blast. I've got my vacuum, and I've got the Cyclone thingamajigger that you get from Home Depot. Works pretty good. And then I've just got it through this janky hose that's been repaired 500,000 times into my Scat Blast. So I think I'm gonna do a Y connection about right here. And I'm gonna put the new cabinet on top of my parts washer and change it every once in a while. So I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I don't know yet. We will have to see. But I can see much better now. All right, guys. Well, this is the Harbor Freight cabinet, the newest one that they have, part number 59477. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed, actually. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is, I'm gonna go ahead and get all my seams siliconed and sealed up really well. Get my vacuum hooked up, get my grate set up. And if I have any more problems, you'll be the first to know. I appreciate you guys watching this. I looked on YouTube, you know, to preview this, to see what I was getting myself into when I bought this, but nobody's got any videos, so maybe I'll be the first. I don't know. Informational videos are very helpful to everybody. I refer to them quite often myself for things. So I appreciate all you YouTubers uploading stuff to put out the right information needed to help others. That's kind of the purpose of this video here too. If you guys want me to do a review on any other tools, let me know. I am a mechanic and a fabricator by trade, so if there's anything related to that, or if there's tools that maybe I already have that you want me to review, I can let you know. Drop a like, comment. I don't care if you subscribe or not. This is kind of just for myself in a way. So we'll see. Hope you guys liked it, guys.